There we are. I'll skip the intros and we're going to get right to it.
Hey, all right. Silver Creek's here. That's okay. And SWFL. Caleb, let's see. I need to put my volume.
Anybody chat, let me know if the audio and visual is good. You can hear Father Fish and myself.
Testing, testing. Oh, yeah, Silver Creek. He said, I made the geodirt. Oh, I saw that. I saw that, Silver Creek. Very cool. Yeah, I was real impressed. Except, I think you're under the misapprehension that geos are major diggers. And they're really not. If you watch them, they don't dig. They will pick up sand, chew it around, swirl it around, filter out the microscopic algae and little bugs, little macrofauna, and spit it out. They never go more than a quarter of an inch deep. They really don't get down because they're not going to find more food an inch down than they will on the surface.
I know my Mbunas, they love to make their caves and they'll take mouthfuls of sand, dump it out and go back and then they'll defend their area
They are
all
diggers.
day long.
Yeah, they are diggers. They are absolutely. They love digging. You can defeat it with a lot of rock. Uh,
Yeah, he says the AB's good. We got
Good.
Wally Freshwater Aquatics. Good to see
Nice.
you.
Hey, Wally.
Lando.
Things with Lando. Hey, Lando. Think about an inch and a half. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you totally, Silver Creek. You really can do. You really can do. Now, the Central Americans are a little different. The big Central Americans are earth movers. I mean, they will move a ton of sand in a day. But the South American cichlids are not. Discus certainly are not. Even Dempsey's not particularly. Wairau are not. And then fish like arowanas, they don't even go near the bottom. I mean, the arowana is one of the best fish to keep in a planted tank because they don't bother anything.
I see some people keeping them bad boys in 125 gallons. An arowana is a fish I want, but I don't think I would want to put it in anything less than a 300 gallon to start.
Well, you get them small. I mean, you get them 6 inches. A 55 is a good size for them. But you're right. You got to move it up. They
Yeah.
need space.
Oscars, my big Oscars, they're another digger. They love it. So, I made a mistake some years back when I was setting this 125 Oscar tank up. I went to PetSmart and bought that expensive sand. Well, the problem with that sand is it's real light and it plumes up into the water column really.
Yeah, right, right.
So the other tanks is either sandblasting sand, or the pool filter sand. It's heavier. It don't stay in the water column. It was bad.
Right.
So keep it out of the dang canister filters.
Sketty Nuna. Hello, hello. Nice to see you.
I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in here. We did start early, but
That's
that's
fine.
okay.
You bet. Not a
And it,
problem. Your show. I'm here at. I'm here to do what you need me to do.
yeah,
Uh,
when we're ready, I'll remove me and add this camera up, and so everybody can see the build.
cool.
So your
Ray.
real name is Luke, right?
Pardon?
That's your real name?
Lou. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Craig, good to see you. Good to
There's
see you.
there's a man with an incredible fish room.
Hang
Zimis.
on.
Jimmy P. Goodness sakes. Good to see you, Jimmy.
He looks like Stan Lee.
Really.
Uncle Luke.
I haven't seen a bunch of these guys in a while. They don't do my live stream or they don't come up and talk on it.
Yeah, I always, every time you go live, I usually come in and say hello. I can't always stay the whole time, but
Yeah, I always appreciate hearing from people. Like Skinny Nona, I haven't seen Skinny Nona in the chat in months, and
shame
she's
on
a
her.
real sweetheart. Yeah,
Tommy's, I know Tommy's a big fan of yours.
Tommy's hanging out all the time. Right. I sent him a big bunch of plants because I wanted to give him a good head start with stem plants.
Yeah. Speaking of which, those plants you sent me are absolutely gorgeous, but they smell strong, and them straight out of the wild.
Well, you know, a lot of them are, some of them are mint species, so
I smell them.
they have a very strong minty odor. Yeah,
But they're colorful. I just jammed them in my 10-gallon dirted cherry shrimp tank for now.
nice.
But pretty, real pretty. So, most of my tanks are the conventional style fish keeping that need water changes and filters. Other than these two dirted tanks, you cannot beat how well those plants are doing. And I don't even use liquid fertilizers in these other ones. And these dirted tank plants are blowing them out. They're literally busting out of the tank. The pothos are although, I didn't. I
That's
heard
fun.
you.
Yeah, when you get a pot those going, it's just amazing.
I heard that you can let pothos root down into the substrate as well in the tank. They don't just have to float in the water column.
Right.
Same with Monstera.
Yeah, their leaves cannot be submerged.
Oh, that's doing great. Like this one has come out. It's starting to go over in front of my one of my tanks, and you know how they seep water when they don't need all the water they get.
Yeah, the mermaid is something else against Silver Creek. It it it's like it's like the parrot. What's it called? Parrot feather. It has to it has to be immersed. It has to grow up out of the water to really be able to take hold. The tank next to me is 30 gallon. It's 4 foot by 14 tall by about 13 deep.
That's a 30 long.
It's a it's a 30 long, right? It's the same footprint as the 55, but about 7 inches shorter. And they're not made anymore. You can't buy them.
Oh,
Nobody
you can't.
manufactures them. You can get used ones. I've had two or three, and I brought two of them up with me, three of them from Florida, and the other two broke. I had them in the truck, and the truck hit a bump in South Carolina, hit a pothole, and the tanks went up. And when they came down, they hit that truck bed, and I lost, out of 13 tanks, I lost five of them.
Oh my God, that's terrible to hear.
One single pothole.
Oh, maybe next time put them on foam or something.
Yeah, really, really.
You know how you can go to a Tractor Supply or you can
I
go to
could
one.
have done it. I didn't think of it.
Yeah,
I had other people helping me pack, and I was in a rush and just screw it up. That's the way you. That's the way you grow in this hobby,
yes,
by messing up.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
The,
Making
the
a
more
mistake.
the more you mess up, the more you learn. You don't learn anything by doing something right the first time.
No, no, absolutely not. You'll learn the hard way. You never do it again.
That's it. Right. Uh,
Sand, sunfish is there. It's building. There's more and more coming in here. But yeah, I love the can. I'm loving that fact that I can get some one-on-one chat time with you, and you know, you're a book of knowledge, of course, and you know, when you get as big as you do on social media, it's very hard to be able to have these conversations. When I come up with the idea of you coming on here, I figured it'd be a shot in the dark, but you said yeah. I'm like, sweet.
Well, I'm happy to help out where I can.
Oh, I certainly appreciate you sending me your products here to review too. I mean, so what? So here's your dirt right here. So what all do we got here?
Well, the I for a year people were bugging me to sell dirt, and I wouldn't do it because it's basically three things: it's potting soil, it's peat moss, and it's black cow. And to that, I add the supplement. So I've
Okay.
been selling the supplement. I buy the supplement, you get the other stuff, and then I finally somebody made me do it. So I finally did it, and it sold like hotcakes. So I've been now I'm doing 10-gallon, 29-gallon, and 55-gallon size. But it's got some extra stuff in it. One of the things I put in is uh, is clay. I put a clay powder in it, which adds a lot of nutrient.
I was on your live stream one time. If you remember, I kind of made a joke and I said, "Hey, Father Fish, you think I can turn a 125-gallon lobster tank into a Father Fish tank?" Your reply was, "Don't do it." If you remember that.
A
But
125 what?
turning my 125-gallon Oscar tank into a Father Fish tank
Oh,
as a joke, and you did say don't do it. But I heard some people have done it by using a clay. So even if they dig down, no issue.
well, one of the things that I've seen that's pretty effective is using egg crate. You put the dirt down, put an inch of sand down, put an egg crate on top of that first inch, then another 1 to 2 inches of sand on top of the egg crate, and that works brilliantly because
Yeah,
they can't get down to the dirt, and it doesn't prevent the plant roots
to
from
go
getting
through.
down into there. So it really is a very effective and very simple and completely invisible way of dealing with the issue.
And I'm assuming any clay would work. Red clay.
Well, now no, that you don't want to do uh, a, 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 a bed of clay
Okay.
because the roots can't penetrate it.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep.
It's too dense.
You're right. Can't
If
break
you're
through.
going to add clay, you add it either dried or you create a slurry out of it, like slip, and then mix that in with the soil. That gets it evenly distributed. And the clay is amazing stuff. It is pure minerals.
Yeah.
And if it's a red clay, it's going to have a lot of iron in it, which is very desirable. A blue clay has what does a blue clay have? It's got potassium and sulfides in it, which are also very beneficial. So clay is amazing stuff, but you can't use it as like a bed of clay. Uh,
Okay.
the main reason is it will cloud the water with particulate matter so fine that it will never precipitate out. The water will remain permanently cloudy.
Okay, I got you.
You'll never be able to filter it out. So you want to mix it in with the dirt so it's under 2 inches of sand,
Okay.
but you mix it in as either a slurry or I use it dried. I put 10% uh, clay powder in my dirt mix. I don't do it anywhere else. I only do it in those packages. So it's
Okay.
very strong. It's got a very high mineral content.
Tommy here told me about this before. He makes his own like fertilizer tabs. He gets those clear capsules and fills them with organic fertilizer and his own mix he gets from his around his house. I think he gets into using his chicken crap and everything.
Yeah, it's okay. You just gotta watch that you're not gonna burn things up. Mainly, you want to keep it. You want to keep it limited. I recommend no more than 1 inch. Less than 1 inch is even better.
Yeah.
People get the feeling that if it's half an inch, it's not enough. It is. It's more than enough, but you don't want to ever go over 1 inch unless you're in 100 gallons or more.
Okay.
And then you're going to do 4 inches of sand on top of that.
So in this 10-gallon, I'm going to use this whole bag of dirt, I'm assuming, and then what, 1 to 2 inches of sand?
2 inches, yeah. That's what a 10. It's a 10 gallon.
Yeah, just a little 10-gallon.
Okay. Well, you want to get to it? Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, we might as well. There are people coming in and out. So let me remove me and add this other camera.
Whizzle. There he is. Oh, that's funny. I remember that, Scotty. That was funny.
Add back the stage.
There he is.
If I remove myself, my mic mute. So here's what we'll do. Let me sort this out. I want to keep you up here too. There. How about
There
that?
you go. That's it.
We'll do it that way. You can still hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go to it. Whoops. All right, sir. Go ahead and just put the dirt in, right?
Okay. So that's the 10-gallon bag.
Okay.
Just dump it in. Now that contains everything. You don't need anything else with that. It's
Okay.
loaded with nutrients. It's got all of the minerals that you need. A bunch of supplements. It has a lot of trace elements in it. So it's an unusually effective. Leave it in there. Won't
Okay.
hurt a thing.
Should I pack this down at all?
Try to get, yeah, now you can if you want. You can pull it a little bit back
From the front?
from the front, just a little. That'll make it less visible. I kind of like to have it visible, but for
Yeah,
the
me too.
just pull it back a bit, and then get around to the corners and make sure it's level in the corners. That far right corner looks like it's sitting up high. It's important to get that level because if you don't, when you put the sand on, it's not going to be deep enough at those high points.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Press it down good all the way around. That's perfect.
All right. Now the sand, you do it dry, right?
Yeah, just start pouring it in dry. Right.
Now this sand is that pool filter sand.
Put it right in the middle. That's good. Yeah, just
Oh,
go ahead. Doesn't matter.
spread it around.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did this with me because I don't feel like I did it right the last 2 times.
Yeah, you want to get 2 inches of sand on top of that dirt. Now, I have in the past recommended that you use the dirt wet. We're not doing that now. We're doing it dry. Um, I don't think it makes it better, but it does make it simpler. Uh, it, 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 uh,
It,
it
it,
prevents a whole series of problems, like, for example, the soil being too wet and the sand sinking down in it.
well, like I said earlier, that's the exact problem I had on my last one.
Yeah, and that's a real problem. Dump the whole thing in. Go ahead and dump the whole thing in. Pick that pot up and dump it in.
The whole pot.
Yeah, the whole pot. And then level it out. Now you want that level.
Now, if you think I need more, I got more.
I can't really tell. It looks like
Here, how about this?
1 inch. Is that 1 inch?
Yeah, you want me to grab some more?
Yeah, let's get more. We want to get 2. We want to get 1.5 inches.
All right, I'll be right.
Not as much, but half as much again. So in other words, if you're doing a 1/2 inch of dirt, which is about what that is, then twice as much sand as there is dirt.
Okay, let me go out to my garage real quick and I'll grab some more. I'll be right back.
That may very well be enough, but
Oh.
you're better off with more than enough than not enough.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure. Double, Silver Creek says, Scotty no to Mrs. Mary Page. We'll miss Mary Page. Mary Page is over on TikTok singing and dancing. You need to tell her to get your butt back over here where you belong. I've been telling her and she won't listen to me. So the idea is that the sand be twice as deep as the dirt. Yeah, good. That's great.
I probably put too much in now, huh?
That's okay. Can't be too much.
Deep substrates are good.
Yeah, get it nice and level.
Can you see it okay with the camera there?
Yeah, it's uneven in the front. See if you can get it. There you go. Looking good.
What do you think of that?
That looks real nice.
Okay, so now the plants are to put a little water in it now.
Okay, now what you need to do before you put the water in, you need to put something in there that water is going to splash onto. You do not
Okay.
put the water splashing on the sand.
Right, and it'll penetrate all the way through.
Right down to the dirt. So
All right.
a dish, a plastic bag is good. A dish, a plate, a bowl, anything.
Well, I got your plastic bag. Your dirt came in right here.
Okay, you want to that's fine. You want to be careful that the water is hitting the bag and not the sand.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to get your now what we're going to do for water, we talked about this earlier. We're going to take water out of an existing tank.
Okay.
That's going to give us aged water. Is this tank where you want to keep it or are you going to move it?
Well, when we fill it all the way up, it's going to go right over there in that empty spot beside my other dirt tank.
Well, let's go ahead and put it there.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Sorry for all the
movement. You don't want to move it. You don't want to move it full of water.
Yeah. You know, I found this 10-gallon on the side of the road. It was free.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and just pull some of the water out of my tiger barb tank.
Right above it. That's right. Just siphon it from that tank right above it. And you want to make sure that water stream is hitting the bag and not the sand. Okay,
now, so just go ahead. Now, how far do you want? You want me to fill it all the way up at this point, or halfway?
Fill it about 2/3.
2/3, okay.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to see this better. So we're going to lower you down.
It's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah, down lower will be better.
How you like that?
That's okay.
Now, Father Fish, you've been keeping fish long enough that I don't have to tell you that when you get some of this fish water in your mouth, it turns you to Superman.
All right, I'm going to teach you a trick here. So you will never get water in your mouth again.
Just
Put,
go like this, right?
put one in. No, 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 no. Stand up. Put one end in the water.
Yep.
Stand up. Take that out of there. Hold it up above the level of the water. Hold that end, the end with your right hand. Hold it up to your head.
Hold it up my hip,
All
above
the
the
way up.
tank.
Hold it up to your head.
Up here?
Yep. Now I can't see you so I can't see what you're doing.
Here, hold on. I'll turn this camera.
That's good. Perfect. Good. Now you got one in the water.
Yep.
Okay. Bring that. Stand up tall. Bring that down to your mouth and do one quick suck in.
Oh yeah, I do this all the time. I thought you were going
And
to show me something different.
the water is not going to come in your mouth because you're going to have it up above the water level.
Right. Oh, I got you. Oh, I hit the sand a little bit.
You're okay.
This 55-gallon, I'm pulling this water out with my very first aquarium. It's still
Nice.
going strong.
Nice.
You like tiger barbs? They're one of my favorite fish.
Yeah. Looking good. The bag's floating. Just make sure you don't let that water splash on the sand.
Okay. You can still hear me okay?
It's doing great. Looks good.
Testing this new clip-on mic out.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Oh, I like this style already. I have to tell you, no issues at all.
Right. It's just the simplest thing in the world to do. And it is foolproof. You can't mess it up.
And so what you were saying was it's good to just take water out of an existing tank rather than filling it up with new water.
Yeah, exactly. That way you got aged water in there. You're not worried about anything. And you can always top off your big tank.
Oh yeah.
That's filling up pretty quick.
Oh yeah. You said about 2/3, right?
Yeah, it's getting close.
You want me to stop there?
Yeah, that's good. Dynamite. I can
All right.
take that bag out. Okay, now what do you want to do? Are you going to put any kind of hardscape in there? Like rock or driftwood or anything like that?
I got some. What would you think we should add some rocks in it for looks?
It's up to you. If you're going to do it, you need to do it now. You need to do it before you put the plants in.
Yeah, let me go grab a couple rocks real quick.
Okay.
Hi, baby. All right, I got 3 of those like mountain stones.
Oh, nice.
Just go ahead and put them right on the sand.
Yeah, yeah. Press them down in there a little bit, maybe half an inch or so. Nice. Look at this. He has an he has an artist's touch. Look at this.
All right.
Nice. Okay, you want to put some plants in it?
Yeah, my question for you about these plants, you want to just pull all of them out and just lay them down here? Or
Well, do a few at a time. Yeah.
now, do any of these plants particularly get taller than the others?
Are they what?
Do any of these plants that you sent me get taller than the others?
Well, yeah. Um, you can kind of they're stem plants though. They all get tall.
Okay.
The ones
So
with the larger leaves probably should go in the back. That
these
one,
ones.
yeah, I would do like toward the back.
Now,
Now,
should I
when you
take
put these, you can take that off. You can cut off the end if you want.
take the rubber bands off?
Yeah, and you'll see now you've got about five little plants.
Yeah,
Plant them together as a bunch. They do
just like
better if they're together. Yeah, just kind of keep them together, and you want to push them down into the sand about 1 inch, about halfway.
now. I heard. I think it. I was. I can't remember what I was talking about, but somebody said do not push them into the dirt.
Correct. Yeah, you don't want to do that because in a brand new tank, that dirt is going to be active.
Yeah. Did you
It's
see
going
all
to
them
act
air
like
bubbles coming out?
it's going to act like a compost. It's going to heat up a little bit, and it can actually burn the roots,
Okay.
burn the plant. So
So just
just 1 inch.
these ones in the back.
Yeah, toward the back, right. Now you can lay that on its side to plant it, or you can put it straight down in. If you lay it more on its side, you'll get better growth because you'll have more nodes in the sand.
Ah, they're coming right back out.
It's fine. Just do another one. Is it coming out?
Yeah, it's coming right back out of the sand.
You got to get it down into. Lay it more on its side,
Okay, like something like
and
this.
then try to pile the sand up a little bit around the stem. Once you get it down in there, sort of pull that sand up to the stem. So you're building up around it a little bit. There you go. Do another one.
Ouch. Now,
Nice. Yeah, I would maybe alongside it or on the
now I
other
think
side.
this one's different.
Right, they're all different. You got
Okay,
15 you got 15 different plants there, actually 16. And
okay.
they're all different. Once in a while you'll get two the same, but mostly they're all different.
Should I put these different ones here up front in the middle?
Yeah, sure.
Same thing, kind of sideways a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It'll just hold it down better. And then kind of pile the sand around it a little.
If like I always had a question, would it be okay? You know how when you get some plants, you get that like little lead wrap.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you leave those in the aquarium?
Oh yeah.
How about rubber bands?
It doesn't really hurt anything. Eventually you'll find the rubber band floating around.
Yeah, that break apart. I'm not quite sure what all the names of these plants are that you sent me.
Right, I know. Well, what you learn is what works best in your tank.
So why do they grow better if you put them on the side a little bit?
Well, you see, every place there's a leaf, there's what's called a node.
Yep.
NODE on the stem. And that's where either leaves or roots grow from. So if you lay them on the side, you've got more of those nodes in the sand, which means you're going to get more roots and a new plant will grow up from each one of those nodes. What in the
Okay.
world is that? That looks.
Now this one here came like this.
Yeah, I would lay that on its side. As
Do I
much,
need to unwrap it?
yeah,
Like,
the whole thing, lay it on its side and try to push it down in there.
so just like it is and just shove it in the sand.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I
And
think
toward the back, maybe.
I think this is the one that might have that minty.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's a lot of plants for a 10 gallon.
I know it. That's okay. What kind of light do you have to put on it?
Right now, I mean, I could put many different lights on it, but I have a night crew. It's called the Night Crew C10. I was thinking about putting on it. It's full
Yeah,
spectrum.
yeah, one's pretty good light for a while.
Are you able to see this blue mat that I'm working on here?
Yeah,
I got that from Cobalt. Cobalt Aquatics sent that to me as a review, and it
nice.
absorbs water. I like it a lot. When you get to be my age, it's easier on your knees too.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Master Aquatics, Eduardo. When you lay them on the side, every single one of those nodes grows a plant. Yeah, Silver Creek saying tomatoes do the same thing. Yeah, tomato is a vine, and they grow from nodes. Any kind of viney plant puts down roots every node if they're in contact with the soil. Craig is back to 35 tanks. I don't know what I've got now, 5, 10. I'm at about 15, I think. But I'm setting up about 20 tubs. And I got a greenhouse that I need to get going on. Want to get it cleaned out and put a lot of tubs in it so I can get a lot of plants going this summer. I'm starting to get a little more energy. I think the warm weather is helping. And we got out in the boat. I'm really psyched about that. Yeah, tomato is a vine. It's a tropical plant too. It's not a cold water plant. It's a warm water plant.
What's
That
that one cost, brother fish?
that's really kind of woody. That's I can't remember what that's called. It'll come to me maybe. Um, put that toward the back.
It's got
Pretty
these little,
plant. Yeah,
things here.
yeah, exactly. Right. Try to get some of those stems down in there.
Yeah, I put a big old Amazon sword in this 10 gallon, and this is busting out of that tank.
Right. Yeah, some of these you might want to put in other tanks.
Let me see.
So the tomato plant is a tropical plant. It, that's a baby tears, probably. Looks like it.
Stick it in there.
Yeah, right in the front.
I thought they were broken off roots.
It'll grow more. Right in the front. There you go.
And this guy here,
Tomato does great in the tank. I bet it really likes the water. They like their feet wet.
no, my question to you is no, I understand that you want a lot of plants. They're going to be the filter. This is going to be filterless, right? The plants are going to take care of everything. But do you really need this many plants for a 10-gallon?
The more the better. The more plants you have in there, the more fish you can have.
Oh
And
my God, I didn't even see
are,
these.
the more plants there are, the more the plants are able to control the water chemistry to their liking.
Right.
So they will mold the character of the tank to fit their needs.
But like once these start bushing out and getting bigger, will it not be like any room for the fish to swim?
Right. Ooh.
Should I put some of these in a different tank, or because I still got
It's
this?
up
And
to you. It's your call at this point.
will you? No, do you think I have enough in there?
Probably.
Okay. I think let me just make sure I don't have any more. What these are messy. It's a messy guy. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's about it.
Looks good.
Um, yeah. Let me. I don't want to put these in with the goldfish. They'll eat that up.
They'll chew them up, right?
Yeah. I'll just put them up here.
Okay, you need to get a light on that tank and then leave that light on for at least a week, 24/7. That'll give the plants a good chance to really get going, to get the photosynthesis working. Oh. Yeah, that's right, Dean. A lot of it is personal preference. It's absolutely true. All righty. How easy is that? Hmm.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yep.
So you said leave the light on for a week straight, not turning it off at all.
Yeah.
Okay. My clip-on mic died.
Oh no.
Is this so? Are these? Is this an Acarus?
Looks like it. Master Aquatics is asking you to do a close up of the tank if you can.
Yes. As soon as I put the light on it, I'll do that for sure.
Oh, great.
And I believe you can float an Acarus. Ain't that true?
Yep, absolutely. You can fill that tank too. You don't need to do it right now, but at some point, go ahead and fill it. Uh, yeah, in point of fact, these stem plants can all be floated. Um, a lot of them will try to get roots down, and those you can press down into the sand. But if you start them all floated, they will grow and they will thrive.
You know, my two favorite plants are water sprite and jungle bow. But I
Oh
love
yeah, yeah,
love these plants here with some of the red in it.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me just do this real quick. I won't worry about cleaning it up until we're done.
Alrighty, nice.
How long you do that?
Can you get right up to it?
Yep.
How about that? There you go. Nice.
Looks really nice, and I know that all that stuff in there, all the pieces, you're gonna say just leave in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now you can add a couple of fish in that right away.
Oh yeah. Even though I don't have established, see, because when I built my other two, I used sand from my Oscar tank.
Right.
This is brand new sand. The only thing in here that's, well, there's nothing in here but the water that's got any kind of like seasoning to it, so to speak.
Right.
Um, yeah, let me do. You can still hear me, right?
Yep.
Ah, it's kind of looking up, but you can still see it, right?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So very cool. I'm excited. Got some new plants, and leave the light on 10 days straight. Don't shut it off.
Right.
I will have to.
You start getting algae, you can back off.
Okay. Well, cool. I think it looks nice.
Yes, absolutely. Well, good job.
I appreciate you guiding me through that because I definitely had questions, and I knew I would, and I wanted to hear it from the man himself.
Well, that's perfect. Yep. Did good. Well, thank you. It was nice helping you with that.
No air stones, no nothing.
Well, you can if you want to. I usually do a little sponge filter
Okay,
just to have a little bit of water flow.
right. Maybe because I don't think we're even worried about oxygen, right? The plants will do that.
Right, right. But water flow is important.
Right. I know that'll help bring nutrients to the plants, as carry it through the water flow as well.
Well, mainly it keeps the water from fouling.
Yeah, keep it from
You
getting
know,
stagnant.
right. It keeps You make if you do that, then you don't have any dead spots on the water because the water can actually go dead in a certain spot if it's not moving at all.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep it moving, that can happen. And by dead, I mean no oxygen.
That's a much better look at it.
Yeah, that's great. Good job.
Well, that was much easier than the last go around. I used too much water, like you said, and all that sand was just going down. And now I heard that maybe periodically, like I have a wooden skewer stick that they say maybe burp the substrate, get some of them gas pockets
I
out, or is that not
never,
a big deal?
I never worry about it.
Okay.
Just let it deal with itself naturally. You can do
Okay.
that if you want. There's no benefit to doing that other than to make yourself feel good. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, you can feel good. You
Yeah.
should feel good. Perfectly fine to feel good. Just don't do it at the expense of the tank. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what we
Cheers.
got.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
How much water movement is needed? Is it possible that the fish moving provides enough?
No, you need a little. You need just a bubbler, a little air stone. I prefer to use a sponge filter.
Mm-hmm.
An air stone does basically the same thing. The difference is that the sponge filter provides a kind of a nesting area for microfauna to grow.
Okay.
So it has some added benefit. Plus, it's going to pull anything that's in the water, like dust and dirt particles, whatever. Anything that's not precipitating, it'll clear out of the water.
All right.
But
I had a question for you too. I'm currently raising. There's 7 left out of a bunch, but angelfish fry. I was told that you might want to do weekly water changes with those, or is it bi-week day, or daily water changes, or every other day? What
it
would you do?
depends how heavily you're feeding them, the kind of environment you have them in.
They're in a spare tank. I threw some water sprite in there with them. I had an established sponge filter I put in there with them, and I feed them 2 to 3 times a day of fry food.
Okay, so you're getting a buildup of food on the bottom.
Yeah, but when I do the water changes, I suck that out.
Okay, you might take that out every day. Just siphon it out or take it out with a baster or even a little net.
Okay.
Try to
I got.
keep that out of there because that's going to cause bacteria buildup.
Okay. Well, I need
If
to
you
do
put
that.
an inch of sand in there, it will alleviate that problem.
So put some sand in it.
Yeah.
Is it okay to do that while they're in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just go easy. Won't hurt them a bit.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do. I'll clean it up and then add some sand, and because all that tank is an old 10 gallon I used for like QT, or this is my first time trying to raise fry, and they're getting bigger and they seem okay, but I want to try to ensure I get them there.
Try to get into hatching out brine shrimp. That's
Yeah, I've been looking into that a little bit. I got to research.
really, it's easy to do, and it's a perfect food for baby fish.
I don't know if you know Mexicali fish keeper. He makes his own green water by squeezing the sponge out and letting it sit in the sun. And that, I guess that feeds them until they get a certain age.
Well, for fish like angels, they're not going to benefit from green water.
Oh, okay.
They're too big. For tetras, it might work, or for feeding like Daphnia, it's a
Okay.
perfect food for Daphnia, which you can then feed to your fish. So it's got a place in the food web.
Okay. So this is a father fish style aquarium because I'm using your substrate and I got your good plants. But I think I remember you seeing, you do your food web, you got your resurrection jars. But if I
Right,
was
right.
if I was to make this an even more father fish tank, I think we need to get into some botanicals and leaf litter and things like
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly right. That's right.
Okay. And now any
You
leaf
can start
outside as
doing
long as
that.
it's dead.
You can start doing that right away. Yeah,
Any leaf outside, any stick outside.
pretty much yes. You don't want to pick leaves off a tree.
Yeah,
You
they
don't
gotta
want
be dead and
anything
dry.
that has they have to be dropped in the fall,
Okay.
which means that the sap is out of them before they drop. So you got no chance of getting sugars in there.
Now,
Sugars, for one day, if you want to just try an experiment,
Okay.
Fill a jar with water and dump a spoon of sugar in it and put it on the windowsill and see what it does.
Okay.
It'll teach you an important lesson. Uh,
Okay, I'll do it.
what happens if you put green leaves or wood that's not cured? It fouls almost immediately. It's amazing how quickly sugar will make water foul. It's
Okay.
much too high in nutrients.
Now, what about I know that you touched on this before, but I have a ton of pine needles around.
Of what?
Pine needles.
Oh yeah. Well,
Can
they're
you
okay if they're dry. If they've fallen off the tree in the fall and they're dry, there's nothing wrong with them. They're fine.
Okay, as long as they're dried out. Well, cool. Very cool. I'm excited about it. And honestly, I've got a 29-gallon over there that's heavily planted with small fish in it. I got this 20-gallon dirted up here with just 7 ember tetras, a longfin danio, a guppy, and then down below that you saw for a little bit is a male beta with cherry shrimp. Honestly, I could probably combine all those into one.
Yeah. Well, just put 2 or 3 fish in it.
Okay.
Sounds good. I need to get some dinner.
Yep.
Appreciate
Appreciate
being with you. You bet.
Thank you again. Can't thank you enough.
You bet. Take care. Bye for now.
See you, buddy. Well, there it is. That went pretty good. I thought that was a fun stream. Let's see. Got to stay away from cedar. Avoid. I wouldn't use pine. Appreciate you, Tommy. Yeah, I think it looks good. It's going to start looking real good, especially when it starts growing in. So I got a little story for you guys. I need food. I'm hungry for spicy chicken, Texas seasoning. That sounds good. So I was at work today, and my wife called me, and she goes, "None of your tanks are on. They're all dead. No lights, no filters, nothing." Hey, Adam, good to see you, buddy. I saw you in here. I was sorry, I was talking to Father Fish, but appreciate everybody coming in. But anyways, we tried the basics. Wasn't that. So I'm like, all right, I got to go home because I got 12 tanks with nothing running. Now, I know they'll be okay for a little while until they consume all the oxygen up. I'll tell that story later. I gotta get off. I apologize. Got somebody at the door and the dogs are barking. So I'll just end the stream there. Appreciate you coming by. Good hour of power. Talk to you guys later. Thank you all.